Hello. No intro music today. Honestly, just forgot to click it. Welcome in, everybody, to Weekdays at Bernsies. It's your host, Xander. And we are coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, on the east side. And boy, is it a great Wednesday out. We've got a beautiful slate of events happening this weekend. It is CMA Fest in Nashville. So avoid Broadway like the play if you're a local, obviously. You would know that. Hotter than devils down here. So all that big crowd is a big no matter how free the concerts are. Anyway, short episode, jam-packed, a lot to talk about. Started off. Can't believe we haven't talked about it yet. Pride for June. That's right, the World Cup is here. We have 8 days to the first match in Mexico City, with one of the host countries, Mexico, kicking us off. And I feel like it's a bit of trepidation around the tournament. Not a political podcast at all, but definitely have seen more hype leading into a World Cup before. That being said, Pride, of course, is in the United States, making it first World Cup appearance since 2018. Missed last time, obviously, big news. Didn't have to qualify this time around. And their schedule or their roster released, and they left Diego Luna off and getting a lot of playing time. Once their roster released, their odds moved from 80-1 to where's my media? Drum roll, please. 100-1. Yeah. Not looking good in the red, white, and blue camp. Already in the group of death, but there's a situation where third place teams advance in some way. So with the expansion of the World Cup this year, just kind of, I don't know, feels like they're moving and shaking a lot to get a couple teams through. Anyway, we will have a ton more about the World Cup. Trying my hardest to get some guests on, and we will talk soccer on Monday. But just beware. It's right around the corner. Night games, too. United States first game. Hold on, I took a screenshot here. Oh, no. There we go. United States first game is on the 12th, which would be a Friday. Oh, all their games are on Fridays. Oh, that's real nice. Friday, Thursday. So 8 p.m., a nice Friday day game, and that is during the U.S. Open. So multi-screens going on there. 2 o'clock start, USA, Australia. Obviously familiar foe versus Paraguay. And then Turkey. Yeah, 9 o'clock start, final game there. I prefer this way. The weakest team in the group first. It's going to set the tone. Just have to handle them. Just have to get a W. No draw. Definitely no loss, or the World Cup is over before it started. That goes without saying. But that is the USA's path. Next Friday is when they start. So we'll talk about it more on Monday. I'll have more prepared. No graphics, but big news out of the No Fun League. And obviously you have to be under a rock, but Myles Garrett goes to the LA Rams in exchange for a first round, Jared Verse, and a third round and a fifth round, I think. Sauce Gardner just went to the Colts last year for 2 first round picks. Granted, I mean, we're talking the Jets here. but I guess it was the Colts that gave up 2 first-round picks. They've also been mired with front office gaffes over the years. We are talking the Browns here. Listen, you have to think that it was, let's figure out a way to get whatever we can out of this player that has shown that he'll play anywhere. Myles Garrett is not going to hold out, but he's already in year 9. Jared Verse, extremely talented, up and coming, already established. Defensive player, potential depoy. But tough to just conceptualize how Myles Garrett is traded away. The Rams are now awaking a beast in Aaron Donald. Now officially said last night that he, if need be, could be ready to go. Oh my God. Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett on the same line, and the Seahawks play in the same division. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, Darnold's going to get eaten alive. Purdy's going to get eaten alive. Fucking statue Jacoby Brissett. Are you kidding me? So rumors came out. So it wasn't like a complete bombshell. But like the Kevin Durant trade a couple of years ago. Just a few trades that I'm thinking off the top of my head. But this and then A.J. Brown to the Patriots. To my Patriots, I guess it's a fine trade. Give up a first-round pick, 1. They needed a dominant wide receiver, something they were clearly lacking. Booty is nice. Diggs is gone. I know they picked up, let's see, Patriots wide receiver room now. Looks like, oh yeah, they picked up big head Romeo Dobbs, big head ass. Yeah, Pop Douglas, Mac Hollins. Like, yeah, cool. It'll be interesting. You have to think that there's going to be a receding back to the mean. The Patriots getting number 1 or first in the division schedule. A.J. Brown should help. It's all going to be dependent on how they can establish their run game. Travion needs to emerge as the lead back. And then just Drake May. Junior season. I don't think they ever call him that in the NFL. Juniors, they say sophomore season, and then it just stops. And it's 3rd year in the NFL. Interesting. So big day on June 1st. That was happening as we were recording on Monday. Rams are 600, plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. I think you're a fool betting a contact sport in June. OTAs have gotten essentially flag football, but non-contact injuries have skyrocketed in the last decade. So to bet the Rams plus 600 without a practice yet is irresponsible. Too high. If you want to bet a long shot, potentially acquire more and gets better just by acquisition, that's more like it. Teams in the 100 to 1. But betting the favorite in June, you are an idiot. So no fun league rolls on. More will probably come out in the coming days. Rosters get finalized. Trades and everything before we head into OTAs. 2 months away, folks. Real sports that are happening right now. Road 1. The Golden Knights go into Carolina and they pop a 5-burger. Popped a 5-burger. They shelled Anderson. Carolina couldn't have started any better. They come out 25 seconds in and score the first goal at home, and then pop in another one. They go up 2. Nate Ehlers has both of them to start, and you're riding high. If you're a Carolina fan, 10 minutes into the game, you're up 2-0. But as you know, even the most novice NHL fan knows 2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey. Before you know it, Golden Knights score before the end of the period, take a 3-2 lead in the second before Jordan Staal evens it up at 3 going into the third. Golden Knights come ahead again before Gostisbehere, the Ghost Bear, ties it at 4-4 with 9 minutes to go in the game. And then the big hurdle with former Predator Colton Sissons on the assist, puts Vegas ahead for the final time, 5-4, with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Pretty clean game. Vegas was way more physical. Weird, just kind of misnomer to get 9 even strength goals. 5 total power plays, but 0 power play goals. Vegas only mustered 23 shots. So that's what I'm saying. Anderson, you thought would have to be the difference maker here, and Carter Hart gets the first W. He looks shaky as well. Have to think Carolina's a max bet in game 2, just with how dominant that they were and just let off. They have to. A team that's been top of the league all season will be able to fix their wrongs and head back to Vegas tied up at 1-1. That's my opinion. Talked about it on Monday. Very surprised. Very surprised to see Golden Knights look that good on the road game 1. It's their physical series with Colorado, but got a little bit of a break with the sweep. Golden Knights are fucking good, man. Golden Knights are good. And they scored 5 last night with Marner only having 1 assist. So, and Eichel only having 1 assist too. He's got 17 in the playoffs. I have to think Eichel might add a second Conn Smythe if they win between him and Marner. I don't know. We'll have to reset. If Carolina does what I think they'll do, I still think they win. But obviously, if they go down 0-2, this might be a sweep. Might have just ran into the hottest team with a great roster at the wrong time. So take Carolina on the puck line, -1.5. I think they win by 2 or more for game 2. Other finals, opening night. Wemby Brunson. It's opening night. Mike Breen coming to you live from the Garden. Or no, they're in San Antonio. What the hell is San Antonio Stadium called? San Antonio's Stadium. Basketball. Frost Bank. Does it have a nickname? Doesn't look like it. Project Marvel. Lame. Nickname. The Rock. Like a rock. Ooh, like a rock. Okay. Anyway, coming to you live. We talked about on Monday. Knicks have won 2 of the games, the previous regular season matchups. It's all going to come down to matchups. What we see, Wemby's going to have more playing time. They juiced him up, unleashed the boy in the Thunder series. Side note, went back and looked at our playoff bracket that we made on the show. Had the entire semifinals correct. Or no, I didn't. I had Yeah, Spurs versus Thunder, but I had Knicks versus the Celtics, but I had Spurs Knicks, and I have Spurs in 6. And on that show, I said, I'll create an account, submit the bracket. I forgot to create the account. Dumb ass. Pretty good bracket. Had the Lakers winning. Talked about the Sixers being good, healthy. Had the Cavs. Oh, I did have the Cavs, actually. Yeah, I had Cavs next. Okay. I had all 4 right in the semifinals. Anyway, this game's going to be interesting. Wemby's probably going to guard Josh Hart. Stephen Castle on Brunson. Champagne's going to probably guard Cat. Cat's usage was way down because they've just steamrolled everybody. Cat needs to be an X factor. Oh my God. An X factor? Cat needs to be an X factor for the Knicks to win this series. And he can. Same with Mikal Bridges. He'd be solid, but can he stay on the court as a competitor long enough? Defensive end, we'll see. I like this finals matchup. I like it much more than Pacers Thunder. The more I let this simmer, the more I think the Knicks can win this series. Like the emotion showed from winning the Western Conference Finals on Spurs side, just showed a little bit more of not immaturity, but just like youth. Yeah, youthfulness. Because it's definitely not immaturity. It's just youthfulness. And I think they're about to run into the big dog team. Like just grown men versus boys here. And I think I would like to change my pick to the Knicks winning the NBA title. I think Brunson, if the Knicks win the title, Brunson's obviously a lock for MVP. I mean, the only other person that could would be Cat going off. Now, Spurs, on the other hand, Wemby could be limited if this is a 7-game series. Stats run crazy against the Thunder. If you look at like Stephen Castle, 60-1 to win the Finals MVP. I mean, Cat is 16-1. It's Brunson and Wemby, 2 favorites, obviously. De'Aaron Fox, I don't know if he'll play enough. Champagnie would be nuts. 700-1. I mean, that's worth $1. $1 wins you $700. $10 on Champagnie. Will he get enough minutes, though? That's the question. Damn it. No, now we're just throwing money away. Yeah. Castle, Towns, OG Anunoby, 40-1. No, thank you. Not enough of a difference maker in the offensive side. You need to average like 10 steals a game. This one's probably fair enough to assume the 2 stars would take the MVP. I don't know, though. Yeah. Anyway, series props. Exact game 7 is still plus. There we go. Exact outcome. Oh, wow. Interesting. I just want a series winner. Correct score. There we go. Correct score. Knicks in 6 plus 450. Knicks in 7 plus 700. Spurs and they don't even give us Spurs in 7. It says Spurs sweep, Spurs sweep. Screenshot that. Send it to the admin. Spurs in 7 could be interesting. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm an idiot. Spurs in 7 is plus 320. And then Spurs in 5 is the next best odds. Interesting. All right. So let's talk about the game. I've got a parlay for the ages. 6 legs, 3 players from each team. We've got Mitchell Robinson, 8 rebounds. Jalen Brunson, 9 assists. Cat, 2 threes. Oh, it's only 5 players. Stephen Castle, 9 assists. Champagne, 8 rebounds. Robinson's going to get some playing time. Think he makes enough free throws to stay in? He's just going to need to be an athlete. You're fucking dozens and dozens of over a millionaire. You get paid to be an athlete. Biggest stage. Got to be one. So Mitchell Robinson and Julian Champagne, 8+ rebounds. Jalen Brunson and Stephen Castle, 9+ assists. Karl Anthony Towns, 2 made threes. 400 to 1. $5 pays $2,000. Let's do it. I still do think Spurs take game 1, though. You can almost lock in Knicks take both games at home. All right. Memorial time. Dun, 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 dun. We're almost here, Jack's place. Scotty three-peat. I don't know. Apparently, Rory has been moving into his London mansion. Thought maybe... So he's played the Memorial 13 times. Gotta get fucking back itch here. Played the Memorial 13 times. And he is 1-0. This is usually one that players, outside of majors like to have on the resume. Bay Hill, Memorial, players. Maybe Farmers. I don't know. Those are probably the 3 stick out the most for non-major events. So, thought maybe Rory was just hunkering down in Columbus, playing Muirfield, like the little rat he is, just not playing PGA events, just going to courses, just doing whatever schedule he wants. Let's look at Gemini. Gemini hits again last week. Russell Henley, and Gemini goes first, third. Smalley and Ben Griffin on the card. This week, optimize the lineup, spreads the field. Asked why I didn't want to ride with Scotty. Just too much liability. Like, this is not a course that necessarily is going to allow anyone to run away. Scotty won by 1, and he won by 4, but he didn't do anything special last year. He went 2 under, 2 under, 4 under, 2 under, and that's how he won by 4. Ben Griffin was first round leader at 7 under. He went on to shoot even +1 in his final 54 holes, and he goes solo second. He's the one who lost by 4. So you're never really out of it here. That's how tight it kind of stays at this course. Gemini Alexander, Cantlay, Zantley, Hideki, Siwoo. How could you not like Siwoo right now? And then Mav. I personally don't mind Mav for placement, but I'm not sure the Robot knows about Mav not on the West Coast and in tough fields. May eat my words on this, but he's just not winning a signature event or a major. Just doesn't have it in him. The billionaires' kids just don't have the dog in them. Don't have that hunger. Perfectionists get beat by dogs all the time. So that's a 5 that the Robot is rolling with this week. while we go to our final model and pick some props. Let's take a real quick update on where we stand on the season. After we were down 6 units last week, we're up 127 units, 127.29 to be specific. It's a reminder of Rye at the PGA Championship, Woodland at Houston, Nico at Cognizant. Thank you, Shane Lowry. Got her up at Sony to start the year, and then got her up first round leader outright. No splits at the Waste Management. We've hit 2 other first round leaders this season, but one got chopped 6 ways and the other got chopped 5 ways. So we will not be adding those to the graphic because significantly lower odds. As for our final model, here's what that looks like. Share screen. Just always a debacle every week. Oh, man. What the hell is that? Zoom in. There we go. What is this display here? All right. That should be good for the viewer, hopefully. I don't know. Anyway, Scotty. All right, let's go over what we have. A weighted approach, weighted around the green, weighted tee to green, strokes gained par 4, bogey avoidance, scramble, putts inside 10 feet, total driving, greens gained, bonus putting, that's putts made over 25 feet and inside 5 feet, 3-putt avoidance, and then club head speed. So when you put all that, Scotty pops out. Scotty and Cam, pretty much the 2 up top, and then there's a big gap down to Matty Fitz, Ludwig, Xander, Rory, Henley, and Adam Scott. Before there's another gap, and then a group of Spieth, Cantlay, Smalley, Hoygaard, Spawn, Siwoo, Ricky, Rose, Woodland, Kitayama, Griffin, and Fleetwood, and Bud Cauley. So, got her up. Just not around the green. He's just not going to do well here. Alex Fitzpatrick's just playing so well. You have to kind of think he could keep it inside in the short grass to avoid missing the green and having to get up and down, because that around the green is a pretty telling statistic. I don't have him to win outright this week. However, do have him to place. A few other names that pop out. So around the green, what we talked about earlier this week, it's a key indicator. Key. But there's a few things that attach that are tough to overlook. Like Cantlay scrambling. And Cantlay's putting right now. Atrocious. Jason Day, hometown guy. Just playing so badly that we can't really overlook that. Mav, once again, like him to contend, don't like him to win. Scotty, tough to overlook this profile. It really is. Went back to the 3 places this week because it's just tough to. I don't like the without Scotty markets. Obviously, you still cash if your guy wins outright. But if you're far enough behind, you're just playing to like keep your game on the rails. You're not like, I'm playing for second. And that's what without Scotty market is. It's like no one's up there like, okay, if I can just get to second. No, because at that point their game is just like, all right, I just need to execute XYZ and we're on to next week. If you're already up there, I get, but then you're playing for first and take way more risks. I don't know. I don't like the without Scotty market because then you might as well be betting Scotty exacts, like first, second place. Scotty and blank. Scotty and blank. So we'll go with the 3 places. Cam Young, tough to overlook as well. Let's look at what Cam's been up to. I don't think he's played since Aronimik. Oh no. Cam Young, shared screen went away. Excuse me. All right. Here's Cam. So, yeah, he has not played since Aronimik. T26 there. Yeah, lost strokes around the green. That's not good. And the week before, he lost strokes putting. At Truist, top 10, obviously won at the Cadillac. Heritage, T25. He hasn't missed a cut. It's like Hideki. He hasn't missed a cut since July last year at the Open. So obviously Cam, it's Scotty, Cam, Rory. And there's a bit of a gap for the next betting. So he's kind of working his way up there. But can we expect him to be the next Scotty in a sense of uncorks the first win, and now he's on his way to 20 within 3 seasons? That's what you have to ask yourself about Cam Young. Did that first win, or what many think was the Ryder Cup, was the thing that jolted him to this season? The confidence. Does he get his 3rd win before the 3rd major? And 2 of the biggest tournaments of the year with the Players and the Memorial? I don't know. I am not one to believe so. The stats will tell you it's a good bet. You should be happy with Cam Young on your card. I just, like we talked about last week, that these models are great for a base, and then you have to also use your course knowledge and your eye test. And that's not a quantifiable number when it comes to betting these guys. But hey, I'm the one that's up 128 units, so I must be doing something right. Rory, I don't know if he's telling the full truth. He's obviously played some golf since PGA, just moving into his London mansion, not doing anything. That's concerning. He's just a bit dodgy. Sungjae, he's starting to. He missed the cut last week, right? We added him to the card, and he trunk slams for us. Yep, sure did. Just not a Sungjae week. Losing 6 strokes approach is not my Sungjae. But around the green, he's been phenomenal this season. So just wipe off the Schwab. As long as Sungjae keeps it in the short stuff, he's going to. God, he's lost strokes approach in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight weeks. Who is the Sungjae? That's crazy. Top 5 cut, top 9 cut. So he's in for a top 10. Sungjae's interesting. One other guy that people are going to talk about is Nick Taylor. He came in 7th last year. Just can't overlook the scrambling and total driving. Henley coming off a win. Siwoo, though. Let's look at Siwoo. He's on the card. He's on the Roberts card. Around the green, very good. Scrambling, good. Putts inside 10 feet, good. He's just not making long putts. And at a course where you don't have to, where pars are a good score, like bonus putting is something I can rate lowest on our model. I feel comfortable with. 30 years old. So obviously runner-up last week after a tough weekend. Had a 5-shot lead. But he's been a machine this year. He also hasn't missed a cut in forever. He hasn't missed a cut since we've got to load more. There we go. Since the Wyndham last August. So he's been knocking on the door with top fives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 top fives since his last missed cut in August of last year. You have to think, as a former winner, let's just look at his wins here. Maybe. Got to load him. There we go. He's got 5 wins. I guess that's Corn Ferry Tour. He's got 4 wins on tour. Wyndham Players, American Express, Sony. Players we've shown some correlation to Memorial, as we saw from our course key stats earlier this week. So I like Siwoo. Finau around the green is going to do really well. He's on a placement. There he is, 14th. It's just, can he get that putter going, which he has. Just briefly take a look at Tony before we look at the card. Tony has bounced back with this longer putter. Yeah, I mean, he was losing 2+ strokes. Now he's basically even with the field in the last couple weeks, which we'll take. We'll take even with the field. Like, that's gaining from where he was. Missed the cut last week, but T6 at Craig Ranch. I like Tony. Obviously, who doesn't like? But I like where his game's at. He can pop. All right, great. So those are a couple guys that stuck out a little further down the board. Adam Scott, good track record here. He'll be the last guy we look at. He is on our placement card in our props. Top 10 for Scotty, the other Scotty, the original Scotty. After missing the cut at the PGA. He's been gaining strokes around the green. We like to see that. Let's look at his Memorial history. Yeah. He's got top 5s everywhere, top 10s everywhere here. A runner-up in 19. But it's a track he's familiar with. Sheesh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She's played about 18 times. Just lost strokes approach the last couple of years. After 8, how does he gain 8 strokes to approach, finish T67? He lost everywhere around the green. Oh, my God. That's something. That's crazy. 11 strokes. 2019. Oh, that was the really low year. All right. So Scotty will be on there too. Okay. Stop sharing the screen. Let's look at the card. 38 minutes, perfect time. All right, outrights this week. Got to change that. These are 3 plays. Xander, Siwoo, Minwoo, wooing it up. Ric Flair card. Adam Scott, Xander Scott, classic. And Brian Harmon's a long shot. Someone that's going to keep it between the lines. Past. He thrives in this type of event. 200 to 1. Yes, please. Placement, Harris English. Plus 390 for top 10. Finau is plus 760 for top 10. And then Cantlay and Griffin, top 10. Cantlay's plus 200. Griffin's plus 255. Alex Fitzpatrick, saw his profile, top 20 with ties. at plus 245. And then Cauley top 20 plus 250 with ties. First round leader, Rory. That's a gut bet. 100% a gut bet. Just playing with all reckless abandonment, some absolute just balls to the wall. Who cares? 4 par 5s. I mean, we've seen 5 under, 6 under take first round leader. Ben Griffin, last year's first round leader. We'll add him again. 44-1. Looked really well on Sunday. Reports are he's looking great on the range. Minwoo, 45-1, first round leader. Then Nikolai Højgaard. This game shapes up well. It's been ebbing and flowing. This is where you think you're buying low on Nikolai. His game would fit a course like this. So first round leader. Birdie all par 5s are back. This is per round. This is just for one round. This is not the entire week. These are juicy numbers. These are Bay Hill numbers. This is what got us absolutely to the moon and back. So here's how we play it. Here's how we play birdie all par 5s. We have our collective. We've got Rory, 27-1, Minwoo, 42-1, Mav, 46-1, Nikolai, 44-1, and Taylor Pendrith, 58-1. That's per round. That's round one. Odds are going to change based on pin locations, based on reception of the course. So here's how we play it. That is our bubble. If one of these guys hits, we take him out of our bubble. The likelihood of hitting all par 5s twice in one tournament just craters from an odds advantage. This is already a wild bet. So me preaching some sort of any sort of just like a responsible probability here is kind of ironic. Anyway, I have another guy, but they haven't posted him. Yellow Miraju in the field, but DraftKings is scared to post him. If one of these hits, you add the guy in, unless he already hit. I like Yellow Miraju. I like Scott, Adam Scott. But if none of them hit, see, we are committed to this pot. So we bet them again for round 2. Same thing for round. We're committed to this pod for 4 rounds unless one of them hits. So as you can see, one of them hits, we're profiting significantly. On just one round, we're profiting from all 4 rounds, even if the rest lose all 4 rounds. So that's how birdie all par 5s market works. It's been incredible so far this season. So we'll wrap it up here. That's everything for the show. As always, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. Like and follow all the socials, Act Sports HQ. Enjoy the weekend. Stay cool. And let's add another trophy to the case. Love you.